I love you, Dracul.
Okay.
You ever think about what's next? I've always fancied visiting the Somerset Isles.
What do you know about Auriel's bow?
Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one.
What does it have to do with the sun?
Auriel is one of the elven gods. He's with the rest of them in Aetherius. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy.
What exactly does it do?
That part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully, it'll be obvious.
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
Any thoughts?
About...
Skyrim and Tamriel. You've been asleep for a while.
Yeah, actually. I definitely didn't expect there to be a war of succession while I was gone. Also, I never expected a Cyrodiilic empire to conquer Tamriel, that Tiber Septum. Even the Remnants didn't achieve godhood. But what do you think of all this?
I couldn't care any less. Politics don't matter to me, and I never was religious.
Oh, okay then. So, what do you want to talk about?
Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh? What is it?
Did you ever want to ask me anything?
Yeah, actually. This might seem a bit heavy, but hear me out. What's your outlook on life? What gets you up every morning?
My constant pursuit of knowledge and power.
Okay. Just don't thirst for it too much, or else you'll end up like my father. Do you need something?
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
I've always wondered, why do you speak so casually?
What do you mean?
You're a royal vampire. You don't sound nearly as regal as your father.
Well, I guess it's because I never felt that kind of thing was for me. I was always expected to act a certain way, and was never really asked if that was what I truly wanted. I always knew I was meant for more, not like one of those girls who felt pretty and stood inside their castles all day. And then, things started getting icy between my parents. That basically hit the nail on the head for me, at least for how I wanted to live. I saw neither of them as role models after that.
You've certainly outdone yourself here. It's nice to have a place to escape the madness outside.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh? What is it?
Is there anything else you want to know about me?
Now that I think of it, there is. What brings you to Skyrim?
I'm from Skyrim originally.
I see. Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad to have you around. As my guide, Now, show me my homeland. Which I don't even know that well anymore. My book knowledge helps, but not much.
I'm glad you're here. Every corner of Skyrim seems to hide a surprise, doesn't it? Or a bandit. But hey, that's half the fun. Let's see what's next. Keep your eyes open here. Death to you! That'll teach you. These people were... Why would anyone want to set up camp here? I wonder what happened to them. I love you, Dracul.
Very well.
Something's not right here. Be careful. I think we may be in for some trouble. What's that? I can
Come
feel
forward.
some kind of power.
You have nothing to fear here. I am Knight Paladin Gelabor. Welcome to the great chantry of Auriel.
This cave is a temple to Auriel.
Auriel, Auriel, Alkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow-Elves.
Snow-Elves, you're a Falmer.
I prefer Snow-Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed.
I imagine you know why we're here.
Of course, you're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
Do I have a choice?
Absolutely. You could turn around and travel back from wherever you started empty-handed, or you could assist me.
What type of assistance do you need?
I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother.
Kill your brother, why?
The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen.
What exactly did the Betrayed do?
They swept into the chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause.
Didn't you fight back?
The chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum where I believe they corrupted Vertha.
You don't even know if he's alive.
He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting.
Have you tried getting into the inner sanctum?
Leaving the Wayshrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel, and an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death.
Wayshrine?
Yes, let me show you.
So, this is Snow-Elf magic. Incredible.
This structure is known as a Wayshrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the Wayshrine center and proceed to the next Wayshrine.
So, these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temple, so we can kill your brother and claim Auriel's bow?
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from Wayshrine to Wayshrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
How many more Wayshrines are there?
There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry.
These caves must be massive.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the Initiate's ewer.
So I need to fill this at each Wayshrine?
Once you've located a Wayshrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
I'll be off then.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey.
Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is more unpredictable, the weather or the inhabitants.